All right. Well, massive welcome to everyone on the call tonight. I'm super excited to do this Zoom tonight because it's a new one that we've decided to do where we're really going to share stories. And that's the name of the Zoom tonight is stories. Hearing from 6 different people, 6 different journeys, 6 different stories, which I'm really excited to hear what they have to say. I'm just really going to facilitate tonight. I'm not going to do too much talking, which is good and very unlike me, but it's all about you guys and really wanting to hear your stories. So just for those that don't know me on the call, my name is Abby. I'm a National Marketing Director for the Juice Plus company, and I've been part of the company now for 6 years. I am a stay-at-home mum, and I've been able to build this amazing business online from home around my children. And, you know, this has allowed so much for my family, and it's given us a lot of freedom. And tonight, really what I want to do is break this Zoom up in 2 parts. So the first part, I really want to hear from these amazing people, the stories of how the product of Juice Plus has really changed their lives and impacted their lives in some way. So we're going to talk a bit about their story of life before Juice Plus, and then since they've introduced the product into their bodies, what are some of the benefits and results that they're seeing. I'm going to come in the middle and just share briefly for about 2 minutes on what actually Juice Plus is, and then I'm going to hand it over to some other amazing stories on the business side of things and how some of these amazing people from around the world are being able to do this as an online home-based business, and a little bit on how they're doing that as well and why. So the first person I want to bring up to share tonight is the beautiful Jamie. Jamie I met as a school mum, and Jamie's got a great health story in regards to how it's benefited her in Juice since she's taken Juice Plus. So Jamie, if you could get yourself off mute and just share for the next few minutes on a little bit on your story. And I'm going to spotlight you. All right.
Is that working?
Yep, I can hear you. Beautiful.
Hello. Hi guys. Oh, okay. I'm going to start with my little story. I'm 37, so I've been blessed with my period since I was 10 years old, and from the age of 16, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. So made life a little bit hard for me. I had constant surprises when I wasn't getting my periods, and if it was heavy, it would be quite heavy. I would have to, buy 2 packs of pads, to last me, a couple of days each time. I'd have a 7 to 8 day period. I'd have days off because I had migraines. I was really, really quite unwell when I had them. I'd be fatigued because of the amount of blood I was losing, and how much I was just, everything was just horrid, basically. I lived a horrid life, and it was not fun. I was told I probably wouldn't have kids naturally. By some God's grace, I did get to have kids naturally, but it was a very hard journey to do it. It's made me overweight, and it's just, horrid, just horrible. But I had a bit of a lifestyle change, and with that, I wanted to complement that with Juice Plus. So 8 months ago, I started taking it, and I cannot tell you the amount of good stuff it has done for me. I'm having a 3 to 4 day period. I am not having a heavy one at all, so I'm not drained. I'm not losing any time. I'm not feeling sick. I'm not getting the headaches. I get a cramp, and then it's there like 28 days, and it's, whereas before it was 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, or 3 weeks, and then it would be a 2 to one of them lasted 6 weeks there. So I've had a horrid go, but Juice Plus has truly changed how I have, I guess, how I get my period now. I know it's probably gross, and you're probably sitting there going, oh, this is a taboo subject, but it's something that I guess we all, well, 50% of the population has to deal with. And it's when it's not nice, it's not nice. It makes you a monster because you're not happy and, you know, not having a good life. But this has definitely changed how I am, and I'm so grateful. I can't sing it, my praises high enough. I will never not take this now for the changes that it has done for me. There's no more bloating. There's no more, anything. So please, I don't know. If you want to talk to me, please PM me, because I will tell you everything, because it is just awesome, and it just totally changed my life. So yeah, I don't know what else you want, Abs, but I love it. I love this. I love the way it's changed me, and
just,
it's definitely for the better.
Just on that as well, because of you actually had polycystic syndrome, is that right?
Yes, polycystic ovarian syndrome, yeah.
And so in terms of the symptoms for you as well, has that helped for you?
Absolutely. Like I say, like the symptoms for us, when you do have it, is the lack of period. It's the or the heavy period, the unpredictability of the period. So I guess, you don't know when it's coming. You could be out, and you get a surprise. So it's not fun. Whereas this now has definitely changed it, and I'm 28 days and I'm good to go.
Awesome. Amazing. All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Jamie. I know this is always a bit daunting to share on Zoom, so thank you so much, especially on the topic that you've got to share as well. So thank you so much for being very vulnerable and open. So that's really, really appreciate that. All right, I'm going to bring up a guy now, Gavin, even though he's got
no problems
on his name there. But Gav, I would love you to share a little bit about your health journey. You've got something that I've never heard about before called perioditis. So maybe you could explain a little bit on that and how it's affected you, and also the change that you've seen since you've been having this class as well. So I'll hand that over to you, Gav.
Cool. Thanks very much, Abs. And Jamie, that sounded like exactly my first Juice Plus event that I went to. Dion brought me to it, and it was periods and women's stuff from the very beginning. So thanks for making me feel really comfortable and back home. Well, my story, from about 2000 or before 2014, I was a fit, healthy young guy. Playing sports regularly, eating, drinking what I like, really felt invincible. Married with 2 kids and just really loving life. It wasn't until my son got a really nasty flu, and one day I was comforting him and he coughed into my mouth as I was talking to him, and I just thought, that's it, I'm definitely going to get a cold, and expecting that. A couple of weeks later, it was Valentine's Day, and I had this sudden chest pain. I was really uncomfortable. And being a nurse, I thought I was potentially having a heart attack. I was driving around, and my wife at the time, still the wife, she's still sitting next to me, just decided, well, this isn't obviously good. Went to the hospital, and I got diagnosed with pericarditis. What that is inflammation of the heart lining caused by a virus. And so anyone can get it at any time. A virus attacks your body and it can settle at any part of it, any lining, just like the lungs. So usually you end up with a flu, but it really can attack anywhere. It can be in your guts, it can be in your heart. So the symptoms of that was excruciating pain, feels like you're having a heart attack, shortness of breath, all of those sorts of things. Because it's inflamed, typically if you get a virus, the doctor tells you to go rest, take it easy. A virus, you can't have antibiotics for it. So it's really about pain management and staying at home and resting. Unfortunately, when it's your heart, it's obviously always beating and it's a muscle. So anything you do, it causes pain. Walking around causes pain. doing anything strenuous causes pain. So I couldn't go to work. I was off for about a month on a drug called colchicine, which helps prevent scarring, and ibuprofen and that kind of stuff. So really was quite a debilitating time. Finally got over it. But once you get it, you're more susceptible to getting it again and again. I was unfortunate enough to get it another occasion. The cardiologist told me really all I can do is look at my lifestyle, eat more fruit and veg, that kind of stuff, try and eat healthy, exercise, etc. And which is what I did. But I got it again. So it wasn't until that time when Dion, who's going to be talking a bit later on, invited me. He was my karate instructor, and he invited me to take a look at Juice Plus and seeing if it fitted for me. I had a little look at it myself, looked at the research behind it being a bit nursey and a bit skeptical. I wanted to know a bit more about it. Took a good thorough look and thought really that's what the cardiologist said, fruit and veg. I'm already doing that. And really why I started was why not? Made sense to me. It's what the doctor said. So I gave it a go, nothing to lose. And really since then, I've got a couple of niggly colds, but I've shaken them really quickly and I haven't had any other symptoms. I haven't got the pericarditis again now, and I started in February last year. So 3 episodes in under 2 years, and since starting, no symptoms for a year and a half. So fantastic. No way I'm going to stop. And just really fortunate to be involved with a company that's really passionate about people's health. So really fantastic.
Awesome, Gav. That's an amazing story. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And it's an interesting health issue, actually. I'd never heard it before, so it was really interesting to hear how you can get something like that. That's incredible. But thank you for sharing. Okay, the third person I'm going to get to share a little bit on there, she's fairly new to the product as well, is Trudy. Trudy, actually, she's my personal trainer, and she's been on the product for about 6 weeks. So I really would love you to share a little bit now. Trudy has started sharing with me about her issues in chronic fatigue. So I'd love you to share a little bit about your journey so far, Trudy. If you want to hop off mute, and I will just spotlight you there.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes. Awesome. I'm getting thumbs. Awesome. I can see myself now. Okay. So as Abby said, I'm Trudy. I'm a personal trainer. And yeah, I've only been on the product for 6 weeks so far. And yeah, it's phenomenal how I'm feeling. So let's just go back to the very beginning and then we'll talk about the product. So when I first moved to WA, that's where my health and fitness life and wellness lifestyle started. So at the age of 15, I started going to the gym down in Bunbury, where I'm originally from after I moved over here. And yeah, and I started a group fitness class 3 times a week, and I lost about 15 to 20 kilos during that time. And then once I was 16, I went to the big kids gym, so the upstairs gym where all the other people went. Once you turn 16, you can go to the big gym. So yeah, and through that, I did year 11 and 12, and yeah, I just fell in love with the feeling of health and fitness and how you felt mentally. I was doing better at school. I was doing better. Just made me feel good, and yeah, and obviously losing the weight. So it's been about 6 years moving on. Yeah, 6 years been in WA for, and throughout that, I've been able purely just eating healthy and exercising regularly. I've been able to lose 65 kilos. So for people who haven't seen the photo, oh my gosh, here we go. There's a photo of me, a really blurry photo, but yeah. So that's the photo there. So yeah, and that's pretty much why I became a personal trainer. I did study at WAPA, and then I decided to become a personal trainer. So bit of both worlds. So yeah, and however, throughout that journey, I have had sickness on and off throughout my life. So I've had digestive problems, I've had skin problems, but my major thing is digestive problems. And recently, the past about 9 months, I've been diagnosed with a lot of food allergies. So the best way to describe the food allergies in nice, quick, short. So I have to pretty much be forced vegan. So I can't really eat any animal products apart from a few meats that I shove down my throat every single day. So it's vegan that can eat certain meats. So, however, with all these health problems and stuff, the way I am, I just push myself non-stop, and I literally ran all my systems completely empty, and I got everything fatigued. I got adrenal, and the worst, I got diagnosed with chronic fatigue. So yeah, that was a killer. And being a personal trainer, waking up at very early hours, it was literally pull myself out of bed, and then I'd have to at least have a 3-hour sleep. If I couldn't get 3 hours sleep during the day, I'd be shoving coffee down my throat, which I never used to like before I got diagnosed with chronic fatigue. So so that's a massive one of the big reasons why I said yes to the product. And ever since I've been taking the product, like, I'm fairly new, only 6 weeks into it, and it's amazing. Everything, like, I'm not needing to reach for that coffee anymore. I'm feeling good, like I'm getting that extra whole food goodness within my system, which is making me feel better. Even though I had an extremely healthy diet beforehand, it's just bridging that gap, which is absolutely awesome. And even my digestive problems, like, I can feel like I'm actually digesting food. It's not just sitting there and I'm ready to bring it back up. Sorry, but that's pretty much what it was. And being able to be regular instead of being backed up for at least 2 weeks kind of thing. So and also the mental clarity I've been able to get. So I'm not always foggy headed, which is another thing with chronic fatigue, is being so foggy headed and nearly falling asleep. So and the way I'm feeling with this is absolutely awesome. And I'll be on the product for all my life, because this is one of the things going through 1,000,001 specialists, naturopaths, doctors. Even though I was getting awesome results from my naturopath, this is another stepping stone, which what I thought were awesome results, I've gotten so much more better results within 6 weeks than 6 months with the naturopath. So that's what's happened with my life with Juice Plus.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Trudy.
And
really appreciate that. That's excellent. Let me just bring it back here. Okay. Thank you so much, Trudy. I mean, 6 weeks in only, and you're starting to see some amazing results already. And I can only just imagine after your blood actually turns over, which takes 120 days, what results are you going to see in that time as well. So I'm really excited to watch your journey. So guys, thank you so much for sharing, the 3 of you guys there, about the product. Now, a few of you on the call and listening to this might not know exactly what Juice Plus is. So hearing the stories, what you get to hear is people's transformations, people that actually take the product and feel the difference. As Gavin said, is one of the things that we're so fortunate enough in Juice Plus is this product's been around for over 20 years, and we have researched this product over that period of time. So now we have about 35 peer-reviewed gold standard independent medical journals on the product itself. So what does it look like? Here it is here. Fruit, veg and berries in a vegan capsule. Okay, so just so you know what's in it, the vegetable has got carrot, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach and oat bran. The berries, so this is your minerals, okay? The berries are your antioxidants, and this has got grape, raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackcurrant, the blackberry, elderberry, artichoke and cacao. Now, I can tell you now, I would love to see a show of hands if anyone has had those sort of berries even in their lifetime, when you hear some of those amazing berries that most of us don't get to have every day. And this is our fruit blend, which is all our vitamins. And that has got apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, papaya, beetroot, arachola, cherry, and date. So you're getting over 30 varieties of fruit, veg, and berries added to your diet in a whole food format. And what I love about this is it bridges a gap, what we should be having and what we are eating. So when you hear the stories, this is all this is about is actually this product coming alive in people's blood cells, and they are starting to see the benefit because of the nutrients that they're having every single day. So Juice Plus allows us to flood our body every day with whole food nutrition, and we get to see the results in our body, and it comes alive into our cells within 15 minutes. So this is the fruit, veg and berry blend. We also have the chew version, which is the fruit and veg, and that's the kiddies, okay? We have a child health study that gets kids between the ages of 4 and 18 on this product for free. And we've got close to 2 million families around the world that have this child health study free chews for the children and are seeing amazing results for our kids and our family. So we are very much, our mission is to inspire healthy eating around the world, and that's our micronutrients. And Complete, which is our whole food powder, I've only got vanilla with me, but we've got a vanilla and a chocolate flavour. This is whole food nutrition in a powder form. So if you're someone that skips a meal during the day, whether it's a breakfast, lunch or dinner, or even a snack, this helps bridge that gap for your meals. Okay, it's pure vegan, and what we find is that when you put this in combination of your macro and micronutrients every day, you flood your body with over 40 nutrients and over 12,000 of phytonutrients in your body. So it makes sense. I think everyone really agrees it just makes sense to have more nutrients every day to start feeling better. So really that's in a nutshell. We have a bulletproof product. Now, with our bulletproof product, we also have an amazing business that we get to share the opportunity of being able to share this with customers. So we get to help people in their health, but we also get to help other people financially as well. And we get to impact lives for people that would like to do this at home. It could be an online business around the world that you get to share, first of all, the product and also the business. So tonight, I'm just going to get 3 people just to share briefly why this business made sense to them. So a bit about what their background has been, why they said yes to this, and what Juice Plus, how that fits their gap and why they're doing it. I'm first of all going to introduce you to Nikki. I've known Nikki for 25 years. Nikki lives in Italy, and Nikki comes from that corporate background. So she's the corporate 9-to-5 kind of girl, and she said yes to this. And I'd love you to share, Nikki, a little bit about what was before, why you said yes, and what this has done for you now. I'm just going to unmute you if you want to unmute me, and I'll spotlight you.
Okie dokie. Thanks, Abs. So as Abby said, my name is Nikki. I live in Italy, but before I spent more than 10 years in the banking and finance industry, working about 10 to 12 hours a day and pretty much running myself ragged with stress, high kind of adrenaline kind of powered job, and no time to really look after myself or my health. And I just really was always thinking about like a plan B and, could I see myself doing this kind of job forever, just being like a burnt out career woman. And it wasn't until I moved to Italy, and fortunately all the exams that I studied for my career weren't valid here. So it kind of really pushed me to think about what can I do that's going to, make myself happy and have a purpose and drive. And Abby approached me about the business, and it just completely made sense to me. After working so many years in the corporate background and really not having life to myself, I really wanted to swap that around and have more of a work to live, not live to work kind of attitude. So now I get to do my business from home, part-time, I have a business based in Italy, one in the UK, one in the UAE, and, you know, I just have a lot more me time, a lot more downtime, a lot more time to chill out and relax and, you know, really focus on what makes me happy and what makes my soul happy. And, you know, the future in this business is just, you know, it's limitless. And this is the great thing about what we do is, you know, we're sharing a product that works and we're sharing a business opportunity that really does help change lives. And for me, it just made complete sense.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki. The great thing about what we get to do in this business as well is that we get to work with the people that we want to work with, right? We get to choose who we get to work with. And we've had so much fun, even though it's online. It's so great to be able to connect with people that are like-minded and want to do this together. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you now. Dion, is Dion actually on the line? Are you on the line, Dion? If you are, unmute yourself and say hi. I did see you on here, but I don't know if you dropped out. It looks like you might have. Okay. Oh, no? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm driving home.
Oh, you're driving home. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just driving home, so
awesome.
that's okay.
All good. All right. So I just quickly introduced Dion to you. So Dion is an accountant. He has his own accounting firm. He also is an international karate judge. He travels around the world a lot. And he is one amazing guy. He's a busy guy. So I'd love to hear from you, Dion, why you did say yes to this and what it means for you. I'm just going to get you spotlighted.
Okay. So I got introduced to the business side of things from my wife, Beck. And initially she was starting it and I was really skeptical about her starting it. This whole, you know, the whole pyramid scheme came to mind. And after, I mean, like with anything, I mean, when a client comes to me and asks me to look at getting involved in this or looking at purchasing a business, we do a due diligence, which means we look at the ins and outs of the business and see whether it's a good fit for them and whether it's going to be, you know, whether they'll get a good return on their investment. So when the Juice Plus business was presented, I pretty much did the same thing. The company has been around for over 40 years, has absolutely no debt to its name. It's, I don't know how many countries around the world it is now, and that's just growing. But what really attracted the business to me was the franchise-like model that it set up. You know, we're in Australia. Australia is the second most franchise country in the world, so everyone's jumping into franchising, but they're doing it at a huge cost. So to get a franchise that's going to give you a good return on your money, you're looking over, you know, at least $100,000. And the cost of getting this business was, you know, was just too good to refuse. And not only that, the way the business pays as far as commissions and so forth, it really ticked all the boxes. And then, you know, as my family grew, now you know, got 4 kids, probably I was looking at things that are going to give me the highest and best use of my time. So hopefully we'll be able to grow this to eventually be able to spend some more time with the kids.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I love that. He has got 4 children, the twins as well. This guy is a busy guy, but I love that it makes sense for him to create something on the side, basically having a B plan to be able to work on that to be an A plan later on to retire into this business, which this business allows you to do. The third and last story I'd really love to get up tonight is the gorgeous Zara, all the way from the UAE. Zara is a beautiful stay-at-home mum that does this around her children, and she's got amazing passion and amazing drive. I get to connect with her when I go over to Dubai. And I'd love you, Zara, if you're able to hop off mute for me and just share a little bit about why you're doing Juice Plus. Sorry.
Sure. Hey everybody, my name is Zahra. So I'm a mom of two. This is the second one, and she's not leaving me, even for the 3 minutes that I'm supposed to be on here. But as you can imagine, there is a lot of a lot of mayhem that goes on at home every day, and at the same time, you can also understand the kind of sacrifices and what all goes into being a mother and to stay at home and to devote ourselves to these little tiny human beings. But I still believe that I do come from a corporate background. I do have a corporate experience. So I have been working ever since I can remember to be independent, to have my own income, despite having a financially secure and supportive family. But as women, we tend to do so much more. We have so much more to offer. We would like to do everything that we can do, and it all comes from the heart. We do everything that we do from the heart. But in this process of loving and giving for the family, yeah. So in this process, we kind of tend to lose ourselves. We lose our identity, and we just become so engrossed in the day-to-day life, in the day-to-day chores, that we just put all our dreams, all our aspirations, everything that we once upon a time wanted to do on the side. So this was what had happened with me as well. I got stuck in a rut for the past 3 years. I was just with the family, taking care of the kids, taking care of my husband. And in this process, I kind of realized that I am losing myself, my identity, what I wanted to do before my before marriage, before everything, before life took over, I can say. So when Juice Plus came about, I was literally in the most vulnerable situation, I can say, like personality wise, and even in life. I was just in a sorry. So this was what my life was all about. It was just about the kids, and I really wanted to do so much more. But I was, when this opportunity came about, I had to make a decision, and I didn't lose too much sleep over it, because I realized that as women we have so much power within us, and this power needs to be tapped, and it cannot be tapped by just by us making excuses, or using our kids as a challenge, or using them as a handicap. Okay, sorry. So so basically that's when this opportunity came about, and I also felt that when while we are caring for our families, it is also so important for us to feel confident within ourselves, confident and secure within ourselves for who we are, our personality, and what we stand for. And the other day I was thinking about this very famous saying. So it's like, I'm sure you must have all heard of, behind every successful man there is a woman, but nobody ever speaks about who is behind a successful woman. And I was just thinking about this, and I was like, I think the reason why is because she creates her own success. When she believes in something, she stands up for it. She doesn't need anybody to stand there beside her or behind her to push her to go get it. Okay, so I mean, so this is what I was thinking about, and I was like, I am that kind of I'm that kind of a woman myself. I don't need anybody behind me, So yeah, so she, I know that it always takes a lot. You require a lot of dedication. You require a lot of perseverance and a lot of determination to overcome challenges. But nothing in this life comes easy. And complaining is too easy, giving up is too easy. And, thinking about what could have been, should have been, would have been is way too easy. And staying put in one place, without moving forward, without having any progress, without having a purpose is, I think, too easy. And, a woman, I don't think she ever goes for anything too easy, because she believes and she deserves more. So this is what I wanted to create, because like we create victories, we plan success, we define success, and we start revolutions. And and that doesn't happen by just sitting on our asses. Sorry. We have to get out there and we have to do something about it. But the reason why I wanted to take up Juice Plus as an opportunity was because in our community there is a very there's a stereotype that comes with the veil, that comes with our attire, that comes with our principles, and I wanted to break that. It does not, being successful does not mean you have to give up on your principles or stand down on your beliefs. It does not mean that you have to be or take anybody's demands or oppression. It means you have to rise above it. So yeah, I wanted to put the timer, but I forgot. But this is what I wanted to share. This is my vision, and this is what I want to. I really want to create a community of women who have the passion and who have the drive to do something and to be something more than what society labels them to be. Something more than what they are expected to be. So I'm really looking forward to this, to the future, and I am absolutely in love with this opportunity because it has given me so much more than I can explain in words, and it's only been 6 months. And I feel like I've found myself again. I have, and I have so much more to look forward to, and I'm not giving up, come what may, inshallah. And the board is going to fall. Sorry. Okay, wait. Sorry. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me, for bearing and allowing me to share my
amazing.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you so much. I think well, I'm in tears here. I know Nikki's like, this is what it's about. I don't think
I had lots of emotions in my mind, but I had full.
Absolutely, and you know what? This is what it's about, and I absolutely love what you've shared because you've just put it into a nutshell, and hearing you speak like that is why we do what we do, right? And I know Nikki's probably feeling the same way, is that when we hear your story and when we hear stories, it makes us the ones that support and love on you and believe on you to go, this is why we wake up every day and do what we do, because we are here to change and help people in their lives every day. So thank you so much, Zahra, and thank you so much for everyone to be on the call, and those that shared tonight, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I know you shared your heart tonight, and and look, this is what it's all about. It's about coming together as a community, and we get to share just stories of people around the world. We've got about 3 or 4 countries. I think we've got 4 countries on here in such a small group. This is what it shows. It's a global business that is helping different communities all around the world. So tonight, guys, have a little think about what you've heard tonight. And I want to do this every Monday. I want to share different stories all the time. And I want you guys to bring people on and hear what this is all about. I'm just going to stop recording